Will Nightingale, a nice early birthday present, captain for the new season. What's your reaction?
Yeah, I'm trying not to think about it too much because at the end of the day, there's a job that needs to be done on that pitch, and that's winning. So that's my main focus. Obviously, when I cross that white line, I try and get the best out of whoever I'm playing with. I think that's always been something that I try and bring to the table. I always want the best for the people around me, and I think if we can work well as a team, then obviously it's going to put us in a good place. So yeah, I'm trying not to overthink it, but at the same time, if that is the case, well, as far as I know it is, then I'll do everything I can for this club. It's no secret. Everyone who knows me knows how much this club means to me and how much that responsibility would mean to me. So yeah, I'll do everything I can for the season in general.
What does it mean to you to have that respect from Wally Downs to make you the captain?
Yeah, massive. I mean, obviously when he come in halfway through last season, obviously I'd heard a lot of stories about him being one of the old Wimbledon boys. So for him to give me such a big role, it was massive, really. And I think from there, straight away, I wanted to do my best for him. I want to do my best for myself, but straight away, I wanted to do my best for him as well. The fact that he's given me that sort of trust, and I want to make sure I repay that trust. And if I'm selected for Saturday, any game I'm selected, I will do everything I can for the badge on the shirt.
There's got to be other leaders out on the pitch as well. Who do you look to out there as well to back you up out there?
Yeah, I mean, obviously everyone knows we're a young side. We finished young last year and it didn't seem to affect us. So we're young again this year, but I think this year we've probably got a bit more balance. I think it's a great addition with Cal Riley coming in. He looked really good in the last game, and we have got a few older senior boys now with obviously Luke and Waggy and Kwesi and obviously. I think anybody, it doesn't matter your age, I think you've got to stand up and be counted for. If you're being selected to play, you've got to do everything you can, whether that means what you're doing with the ball, whether that means what you're doing vocally. You've got to bring as much as you can to that table to prove that you should be there. So yeah, hopefully I'm sure the boys will step up.
And hopefully, of course, you've got that job for a long time now, possibly leading us into Plough Lane too. But can you see other ones, the youngsters coming through, the people like Archie Proctor, who could perhaps be a leader one day?
Yeah, definitely. I've been really impressed with Archie, not just this pre-season, but over the last few years. Whenever I've finished training and had a chance to watch the under-18s play out here, or whenever I've watched the 18s train, I've been really impressed with Archie. He's a good player. I think I've had the pleasure to play with him once before this season, and yeah, I've always had an eye on him and thought he's been a standout for me. Obviously, Paul Osu, I think, is impressing a lot. Obviously, he got man of the match the other night, and I think we can utilise him very well if he does keep progressing, because his pace is going to be such an outset, such a big positive. But yeah, it's quite a lot of young boys coming through, and hopefully the fact that the gaffer's shown that he can play young boys, hopefully that sets a standard for the whole academy and makes them think, do you know what, I can make that step up. But at the same time, we've got to prove that we are good enough as well. It can't just be you come from the academy. It's got to be the balance of both.
Pre-season is done as captain. Are you happy with the rate of progression that you've seen over the weeks?
Yeah, I think we finished strong. Obviously, we've got the draw against Palace, Premier League side, and obviously we got a win against Hampton. So I think obviously there's been a couple of results that we've not been happy with, but we've chopped and changed our team around a lot. I think we've got good minutes into the boys. I think we're all starting to look sharp. I'm raring to go for this Saturday. This is where it counts. If we go and win on Saturday, everything else is behind us. So it's all to put us in a good position for this Saturday. This is where it matters, and I believe we're gonna stand up and be counted for.
What do you make of the opponents on Saturday? Because Rotherham United, they've come down, they want to bounce back. Lost somebody like Shemi Ajay, who we had here as well, to a top level club. What's your thoughts on the visitors on Saturday? Yeah,
Shem's a great player, so he deserves that move. Obviously, he showed his qualities when he was here. He was only here for a short amount of time, but Rotherham's a big club. The thing is, the way I look at it, they've probably been used to being in a losing habit, really. Obviously, the way they finished last year, I know is in a harder league, but if we look at our form, how we finished the season, we should be taking any sort of positive and using that, putting that in our heads and thinking we can go and win this game. It will be a tough game because I think they're probably one of the teams expected to be up there, but I say bring it on. First game of the season, I say bring it on. I'm going to make sure I try and get all of the boys up for it before that game, and I'm feeling confident.
And that first month, obviously, we've got trips to Sunderland and Ipswich as well. As it just got to be, look, don't worry about the focus on Rotherham first.
Yeah, I think that's why we were so good last year. It was literally game at a time. We didn't look at the bigger picture. We literally thought game at a time. We can we can take this game, we can win this game. We've got to have that belief at every single game there is, starting with Rotherham and just go from there. Let's get off to a good start. Let's show the fans at home what we're going to be about this season, and let's stamp our authority down early on.
Saturday morning you wake up, you still get that special tingle you had when you were a kid. It's the start of the new football season.
Yeah, 100%. Not even start of a new football season. Start just a game day. There's no better feeling than that game day. There's obviously that little bit of nerves, but I wouldn't change that feeling for the world. I thrive off of any sort of game, any sort of challenge that I'm going to be playing in. So yeah, I can't wait. I'm going to be itching at it when it comes to Saturday morning. So like I said, bring it on.
Final word on your dad, because he follows you to every game you've done. How pleased is he going to be with you getting the captaincy?
Yeah, he'll be over the moon. I'll have to give him a call after this and obviously give him the heads up with that one. I reckon he probably still fancies himself trying to give a game here or there. I think he gets quite involved on the touchlines. I can always hear him. So got to make sure I out-talk him for the games. But yeah, no, he'll be proud. But obviously, I don't think there's going to be anyone that's going to feel as big as me. So on the inside, but yeah.
Well done. You're going to have a lot of supporters behind you on Saturday.
Thanks, Rob.